ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा। Today we continuing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto First, Chapter 11, Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwarka. Shloka number 26 and 27. Shriya Nivasa Yasyorah
श्रीः निवासः यस्योः
Yasyorah
यस्योरः
Bahava Panapatram Mukham Drusham
पानपात्रं मुखं दृशाम्
Bahava Lokpalanam
बहवः लोकपालानां
Saranganam Padambujam
सारंगानां पदाम्बुजम्
सीत आतपत्र वेजने ही उपस्कृत
शीत आतपत्रव्यजनैः रूपस्कृतः
उपस्कृत प्रसून वर्ष ही अभिवर्षित पथि
प्रसून वर्षः अभिवर्षितः पथिः
ईशंगवासा वनमालया बभौ
पिशंगवासा वनमालया बभौ
घनः यथा अर्क उडुप चाप वैद्युतैः।
घना यथ यथ अर्क उडुप चाप वैद्युतैः।
Only we taking two shlokas 26 and 27. श्रियः निवास यस्योरः
श्रीः निवासः यस्योरः
पाणपात्रं मुखं दृशाम्
पानपात्रं मुखं दृशाम्
बाहव लोकपालानां
बाहवलोकपालानां
सारंगाणां पदाम्बुजम्
सारंगानां पथाम्बुजम्
सीत अतपत्र वेजने उपस्कृतः
शीत अतपत्र व्यजनः रूपस्कृतः
प्रसून वर्षे भी अभिवर्षितः पथि
प्रसून वर्षैः अभिवर्षतः पथैः
पिशंगवासा वनमालया बभौ
पिसंगवासा वनमालया बभूव
घन यथा अर्क उडुप चाप वैद्युतैः।
घन यथ अर्क उडुप चाप वैद्यतैः
वैद्युतैः श्रीहवास यस्योरः पाणपात्र मुखं दृशाम् बाहव लोकपालानां सारंगाणां पदाम्बुजम् सीत आतपत्र वेजनैः उपस्कृतः प्रसून वर्षे विवर्षितः पथि पीशंगवासा वनमालया बभौ गण यथा अर्क उडुपचाप वैद्युतैः। हरे कृष्णा। रीड
हरे
प्रभु जी।
श्रिय निवास यस्योरः पानपात्रं मुखं दृशाम् बहवः लोकपालानां सारंगानां पदाम्बुजम् शीततपपत्रव्यजनैः रूपस्कृतः प्रसूनवर्षैः अभिवर्षितः पथि पीशंगवासा वनमालया बभौ घनो यथा अर्क उडुप चाप वैद्युतैः।
आशीष प्रभु जी।
श्रियो निवासो यस्योरः पानपत्रं मुखं दृशम् भावलोकपालानां सारङ्गानां पदम्भुजम् सीता तपत्र व्याजनेर उपस्कृतः प्रसूनवर्षैर अभिवर्षितापथि पीसंग वासवन मलया भावौ गनो यथार कोडुपचपा वैद्युतै।
कृपा
हरे
में
कृष्ण।
देवी माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण तंत्र श्री 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 निवासो यस्त्रा पणपत्रं मुखं दशं बहवो लोक बालानां सारंगानां पदाम्बुजं सीत आतपत्र व्यजानेर उप आस्कृत परशुना वर्षाले अभिवर्षितः पति पीसंग वासवना मलयाल बाबो गनो यतार अक्को दोपचा वैदुते।
Translation
Thank you.
and purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord's chest is the abode of the goddess of fortune. His moon-like face is the drinking vessel for eyes which hanker after all that is beautiful. His arms are the resting places for administrative demigods, and his lotus feet are the refuge of pure devotees who never talk or sing of any subject.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. As the Lord passed along the public road of Dwarka, his head was protected from the sunshine by a white umbrella. White feathered fans moved in semicircles, and showers of flowers fell upon the road. His yellow garments and garlands of flowers made it appear as if a dark cloud were surrounded simultaneously by sun, moon, lightning, and rainbows.
Purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are different classes of human beings, all seeking different enjoyments from different objects. There are persons who are seeking after the favor of the goddess of fortune, and for them, the Vedic literature give information that the Lord is always served with all reverence by thousands and thousands of goddesses of fortune at the cintāmaṇi-dhāma, the transcendental abode of the Lord, where the trees are all desire tree and buildings are made of touchstone. The Lord of Govinda is engaged there in herding the surabhi cows as his natural occupation. These goddesses of fortune can be seen automatically if we are attracted by bodily features of the Lord. The impersonalist cannot observe such goddesses of fortune because of their dry speculative habit, and those who are artists overtaken by beautiful creation should better see to the beautiful face of the Lord for complete satisfaction. The face of the Lord is the embodiment of beauty. What they call beautiful nature is but his smile, and what they call sweet songs of the birds are but specimens of the whispering voice of the Lord. There are administrative demigods in charge of departmental service of cosmic management, and there are tiny administrative gods in the state service. They are always afraid of other competitors, but if they take shelter of the arms of the Lord can protect them always from the attacks of enemies. A faithful servant of the Lord engaged in the service of administration is the ideal executive head and can well protect the interest of the people in general. Other so-called administrators are symbols of anachronism, leading to the acute distress of the people who are governed by them. The administrators can remain safely under the protection of the arms of the Lord. The essence of everything is the Supreme Lord. He is called Saram, and those who sing and talk about him are called the sarangas or the pure devotees. The pure devotees are always hankering after the lotus feet of the Lord. The lotus has a kind of honey which is transcendentally relished by the devotees. They are like the bees who are always after the honey. Srila Rupa Goswami, the great devotee, Acharya of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, has sung a song about this lotus honey, comparing himself to the bee. O my Lord Krishna, I beg to offer my prayers unto you. My mind is like the bee, and it is after some honey. Kindly, therefore, give me bee mind a place at your lotus feet, which are the resources for all transcendental honey. I know that even big demigods like Brahma do not see the rays of the nails of your lotus feet, even though they are engaged in deep meditation for years together. Still, O infallible one, my ambition is such, for you are very merciful to your surrendered devotees. Oh, Madhav, I know also that I have no genuine devotion for the service of your lotus feet, but because your lordship is inconceivably powerful, you can do what is impossible to be done. Your lotus feet can deride even nectar of the heavenly kingdom, and therefore I am very much attracted by them. O Supreme Eternal, please, therefore let my mind be fixed at your lotus feet, so that eternally I may be able to relish the taste of your transcendental service. The devotees are satisfied with being placed at the lotus feet of the Lord and have no ambition to see his all beautiful face aspire for the protection of the strong arms of the Lord. They are humble by nature and always leaning towards such humble devotees. The sun, moon, rainbow, and lightning do not appear in the sky simultaneously. When there is sun, the moonlight becomes insignificant. And if there are clouds and a rainbow, there is no manifestation of lightning. The Lord's bodily hue is just like a new monsoon cloud. He is compared herein to the cloud. The white umbrella over his head is compared to the sun. The movement of the bunch hair strand of flux is compared to the moon. The showers of flowers are compared to the stars. His yellow garments are compared to the rainbow. So all these activities of the firmament, firmament being impossible simultaneous factors cannot be adjusted by comparison. The adjustment is possible only when we think of the inconceivable potency of the Lord. The Lord is all powerful, and in his presence, anything impossible can be made possible by his inconceivable energy. But the situation created at the time of his passing on the road of Dwarka was beautiful and could not be compared to anything beside the description of natural phenomena. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवान् च श्रीरूपं साग्रजात् सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितान् च नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्देशून्यवादी अच्युतारिणे वाञ्छा कल्पतरुवेच कृपा सिन्धुवे एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Welcome to all. Here we understand Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8. Lord Krishna entrance into Dwarka, shloka number 26 and 27. Here they describing about the Lord, how Lord is, and their inconceivable energies, all points of inconceivable energies, comparing natural things, how they compare. Prabhuji will tell us in detail. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji, for a very wonderful recitation of these particular shlokas, which in fact create a status of more and more longing for Krishna and makes us actually come to the stage wherein we want more. And that is what is important. So here we are seeing the description of Krishna. Krishna has come to Dwarika. Everyone has welcomed him. And Krishna is also reciprocating. And everyone is looking at Krishna. We saw yesterday how the arrival of Krishna into the wrestling arena in Mathura was pursued as 10 different aspects by 10 different kinds of people. But it was one and only one, our small Krishna, the boy who had come to kill his uncle Kaunsa. And that is because of his Kaivalya. Krishna in any case is Advitiya. So here we see in the descriptions how Lord's chest is the abode of the goddess of fortune. Goddess of fortune is Lakshmi Devi. How his face, which is moonlike, is actually so beautiful that it becomes like a drinking vessel for the eyes who are looking, who are wanting, who are hankering for beauty. How the arms have become the resting places for the demigods involved in the administrative affairs of the cosmic creation. And how his lotus feet are the refuge of pure devotees who never talk or sing of any subject except his lordship. That Krishna was walking and he was being protected from the sunshine by a white umbrella. And at the same time, he was being given he was being offered feathered fans which were moving in semicircles. And everyone was showering flowers which were falling upon the road. He was wearing yellow garments. He had a garland of flower. And all this made it appear as if a dark cloud were surrounded simultaneously by sun, moon, lightning, and rainbows. Such a vivid description. But it is not that this description is coming only here. This is something which is there, available in all the Shastras. In Brahma Samhita 5.29, cintāmaṇi रकर-सदमसु कल्पवृक्ष लक्षावृतेषु surabhi abhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasrashata sambram sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tam aham bhajami. Here it is clearly coming that Lord is always served with all reverence by thousands and thousands of goddesses of fortune. Lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevyamanam. And where is it being done? Cintāmaṇi prakara-sadmasu. In cintāmaṇi-dhāma, the transcendental abode of the Lord, where the trees are all desired trees and the buildings are made of touchstone. And what is the Lord doing there? The Lord is engaged there in surabhi palayantam, heralding the surabhi cows as his natural occupation. So we know that goddess Lakshmi, she is always serving Krishna. So she can be seen automatically if you are attracted by the bodily features of the Lord. You just have to look towards the Lord, and there we can easily get accustomed to see the presence of Lakshmi. And in fact, it is always said, कि wherever there is Krishna, there is Lakshmi. Because finally, no chaste wife leaves her husband. So if we bring Krishna into our lives, Lakshmi automatically comes. And Krishna is also happy. And that is why those who are into devotional service, they do not hanker after money. They know that once they have surrendered completely to Krishna, as ordered by him, Sarvadharman Parityajamam Sharanam Vrajaha, he will take care of everything. Because he is saying that even sins will be handled by him. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. So what to say of basic material necessities of life? If Krishna desires to give, no one can stop. No one can count what he can give. And if this Krishna desires to take away, then no one can stop him. Mare Krishna rakhe koi, rakhe Krishna mare. We see day before yesterday the story of his friend, the poor Brahmin, who went to the palace with just chipped rice. And Krishna felt so overwhelmed that with each bite of the rice, he was giving him one world. And immediately the wife had to prevent him from taking the third bite. Otherwise, all the three worlds would have become owned by his friend. This is Krishna. And why is this possible? Because the goddesses of fortune, they serve him always. And when the name itself implies all attractive, there cannot be any question about him being the embodiment of beauty. In fact, when we say that something is beautiful, what we are talking about is Krishna's smile. When we say that, oh, the birds are making such sweet songs, actually what is happening is, it is just the whispering voice of the Lord Krishna. So, beauty signifies Krishna, and Krishna signifies beauty. This is the truth. And then we look at the administrative demigods. Here it is clearly mentioned in this that when the Dwarikavasis were seeing Krishna, they knew that the arms of the Krishna have become the resting places of the demigods. Now, Krishna is the creator. So, he is creating, but he is not necessarily involved into all the activities. He has appointed the demigods for different departmental services of cosmic management. And then there are other administrative gods in the state service as well. In fact, Prabhupada says that even within demigods, there is competition and they are always afraid that someone else may come and take up their position. And we have seen so many stories of Indradev, the king of the heaven. But then, if they take shelter of the arms of the Lord can protect them always from attacks of enemies. So even for demigods, it is important that they take shelter of Krishna if they wish to be protected. And we know so many episodes have happened. In fact, when he arrived as it is, as Krishna himself, It was only because of the prayers of the demigods who had approached Brahma, and Brahma along with Surabhi had approached Vishnu at the Kshirosagar and prayed that the Mother Earth was being troubled. So he needs to come. And he arrived as it is. Prabhupada ji says that just if a faithful servant of the Lord is engaged in the service of administration, he will become the ideal executive head, because he will then protect the interests of the people in general. And what is the interest of the people in general? It is how to go back home, back to Godhead. Anyone else becoming an executive head only creates rifts and increases the pollution of Kali Yuga. And this is something which we are experiencing. And hence it is necessary that the devotees become strong enough and engage in the service of administration as well. The essence of everything is Krishna. He is called the Saram. And those who sing and talk about him are the Sarangas, which also means the pure devotees. Because the pure devotees are always hankering after the lotus feet of the Lord. Prabhupada ji explains that the lotus has a kind of a honey which is transcendentally relished by the devotees. And so they are like the bees who are always after the honey. In fact, Sri Rup Goswami ji, he has sung a very beautiful song which we saw in the purport, wherein he says that Krishna, the mind is like a bee and it is after some money. So it requires a bee mind, a place at the lotus feet of Krishna, because they are the source of transcendental honey. Practically speaking, even Brahmaji is not able to see the rays of the nails of the lotus feet, though he is doing so much of great meditation. But still, Rupa Swami says, it is my ambition. Because you are merciful to surrendered devotees, I want to be at your lotus feet. And my mind has to be fixed there so that eternally we can relish the transcendental service. So devotees do not aspire for anything else. They don't have ambition even to see the beautiful face or even the protection of the arms of the Lord. We have to be humble by nature, because then Lord is always leaning towards our humble devotees. And in the procession we see the Lord being compared, the sun, moon, rainbow, lightning, everything appearing simultaneously. So basically it becomes confusing. How is it possible? Because when there is sun, moonlight becomes insignificant. If there are clouds and a rainbow, there will be no light. But then Krishna is having a hue of a monsoon cloud. So he's compared to cloud. The white umbrella is the sun. His hair is compared to the moon. The flowers are compared to the stars, and his garments to the rainbow. And hence that description, wherein we see that in the presence of Krishna, anything impossible can be made possible because of inconceivable energy. So we just have to surrender to Krishna, and Krishna will take care of everything. We just have to look at the lotus feet. Navai Janu Jatu. We have seen this shloka in the 3rd chapter of the 1st canto itself, wherein the most beautiful part of the verse is the testing the lotus feet of your Lord. So let us take it up. And how does the lotus feet test? That also we saw in the 16th chapter of the 1st canto, wherein we said, Athavasya padam bhojo makaranda lilam satam kimanneha sadalapahi ayusho yadasadvyayam. So let us surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord and make our life successful and achieve the objective of our life, which is going back home, back to God.